Today, our topic is food. Hello. Well, hope you're all doing okay. So this channel of mine, I do a lot of things on here. I'm a photographer, so sometimes I put some photography on my site, and I'm a writer. I've done my writing series, Steps to Write a Book, and I also teach English online. So today this video is going to be about English for basic or for intermediate learners. So I'm going to tell you this technique that I use. I think it works pretty well, and I call it ABC linking, but it's basically making a word list from a keyword. And so what do I mean by keyword? Keyword would be just any word. For example, you could take the word food, and from the word food you could think of all the words connected to food, and that would be done together with the instructor and the student. And of course the instructor would see what the student knows, and it would start with naming food. And you could name like vegetables, carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, fruit, bananas, grapes, apples, all those things you could name. And then you could talk about taste: spicy, bitter, sour, sweet. And then from there you could move on. You could talk about cooking methods: frying, boiling, grilling, roasting. So all of these words would be added to the word list. And then from the word list we would make sentences. And for example, restaurant is related to food. That could be on the list. Chef is related to food. Chef cooks the food in the restaurant. There's a sentence right there, and you can make a whole bunch of sentences with all the words. We're using like, I don't like is okay too, because we're talking about food. That would be the second step. And the third step would be then try to have a discussion about, for example, it's food. So you could talk about your favorite restaurant, the restaurant you last went to, and it varies. And so you could do all kinds of different things with this. So that's basically it. I should say too that when you're doing this during this time, the students should write down the words if you're helping them with the words. And they should have them in front of them on a piece of paper written down, so they're fresh and they can see them, and they don't have to think about the words so much after they have the list. The word food could be at the top of the paper, capital letters or something, to show it's a key word, and then below make the list. And I think with this technique, if you just make a lot of lists, you'll absorb a lot of vocabulary that way. Of course, you don't remember all of it, but you'll remember quite a bit, and then it'll help you in the future when you have a discussion with somebody. Food is, the probably most common topic of all topics. So everybody eats, everybody talks about food. And then once you get going at this, you can make stories about restaurants or food, or your experience eating or something with food. And then that story that you make, that story could be elaborated on. You could make it better, refine it, and then tell the same story to another person. They haven't heard it, so it would be a new experience for them to hear your story. And it continues on like that until you get it refined, and you could add more stories. But it's all basically started with just the word list. Okay, well, thanks a lot for listening, and hope this helps. You can contact me online if you'd like to take lessons online. Okay, great. Have a nice day. Bye. Everybody knows what this is. Delicious.